with Half Dozen Customs. We're back out here on the Jeep today. It's been a few days since we've been out here on this. Yesterday was Monday. I spent a couple hours on that. So we're out here. I got the heat on and got it somewhat warmed up out here. We're gonna work on sanding this down. And probably getting another coat on it. Okay, we're just gonna start sanding over here. I know I was just saying that I was gonna get the dog leg sanded, and we're going to. But this is a nice flat area that I think we can work on, so.
Perfect.
So it's looking pretty good. Low spot. Got a low spot, little itty bitty low spot. This in here definitely still needs, a little work. I think I need to get like a large round socket and wrap it in some 80 grit and use that to sand that curve. In the next coat, of course. But there was a high spot in the metal over here. You guys see me hammering and dollying that. I think I got rid of that. Hopefully we didn't do no damage underneath. No, everything still looks good down here. No, we popped the filler under there, so we gotta go back and take care of that. Giving this foot a little bit of time to dry. It still feels a little soft, but worst case scenario, we'll just rough it up, open it up, let it breathe, and maybe work on this fender a little bit. But let's see what we can do. Okay, hood's still too soft, but we knocked top layer off, put a little scratch in it. That'll help it to dry up a little faster, or cure up a little faster. We'll keep doing a little bit of work on this fender. I kind of trashed my sandpaper, but let's hope maybe doing a little sanding here will clean it up. That's why I need it mounted to the truck. It's too hard to use this tool and keep everything from moving. What can we do here? We'll have a hand sand. Okay, you guys shut off, but I didn't turn you guys back on because nobody wants to watch me sand filler for an hour and a half. So, but we pretty much got, you know, sanded all the way around. I still want to get it, you know, mounted on the truck to finalize everything. But I got some filler mixed up here, and we're gonna hit the couple of low spots that are here, and I'm gonna hit the stuff that needs to be hit on the inside. So
Perfect.
hopefully we can get out here and do some sanding tomorrow. So we coated all this stuff. You know, we did the heat shrinking in there, so that needed to be coated. There was a little grinding mark up there I coated. We had that brace that went across here that we removed, so that needed to be coated. This is all pinholes. You know, of course we made this pocket, so that's just another coat on that. We may have to do a little more on that. And then they had a fuse block that was screwed right here that was not factory, that we removed, so that's what's going on there. Couple of low spots here, and then all our low spots that we had, I re-hit those. We got this hood all sanded down, and it feels amazing. So our second coat did the job. You can definitely see we were starting to get close there, but we are not down to bare metal just yet. There's a couple of spots that I've seen. Like there's one little spot there. And I think there's one little spot over there that I'll swipe with a little filler on a razor blade, just to fill, like it's a little air pocket pinhole. So we'll do that. I also got I got everything sanded down that we had coated the other day on the fender, and I recoated what needed to be coated on that, and now I am going to I'm gonna mix up some filler, and we're gonna hit the sides of these hoods. Hood. So I'm gonna get some tape real quick, and we're gonna back tape these holes, just so that we don't have it, you know, falling through onto our primed stuff underneath. So, if you remember, or if you remember, or you've seen our previous videos, if you haven't seen our previous videos, there was big creases and dents right in here that we repaired on both sides. So, you know, we got them straightened out really nice. I mean, if you can see in the video, like, you don't see the dents in the metal. We got it worked out really nice, but we know that there was work there, so you know, we gotta watch for, you know, make sure we get some coverage in those areas, and also, you know, when we're sanding it, you know, I expect to hit metal first in those areas. So I gotta move fast. I had this filler sitting in front of the heater, so it's warm. Should lay out really nice for us. So. Alright, we got both sides coated. There you are. Both sides coated, and we swiped pinholes with the razor blade. The other day we had spread some coats on the sides, and I'm gonna start sanding them down for the first time, see what we end up with. So we got it all sanded down. It looks good. You can see where we're kind of breaking through, but it feels good. Like when I rub my hand across it, it feels good. Now we're low here on this corner. We're low here on this back corner. We're low on this front corner here. You guys can see it. Maybe. And same thing on this back corner. Now this back corner's pretty darn close, because if you remember, I had already coated that back corner because I had some extra left over when we were coating the center, and I spread it on that corner. So each corner had a low spot. So we're getting ready to sand those down and hopefully apply our final coat to the sides of the hood. So let's get those sanded down. I'm going to use air file to do it. Hopefully we can get those sanded down fairly quick.
Perfect.
Okay, not gonna make you guys watch me coat that other side. Same thing. I'm just gonna mix them up, spread it, try and pull it nice and tight. I'm gonna sandblast this little guy up, and maybe we'll work on. We're gonna have to cut some of this out and repair it. I did this on the other side, so of course I'm not gonna video getting it sandblasted, but once we get it cleaned up and we're ready to cut out and make our repair, we'll be back. So like I said, I'm gonna coat that side, sandblast this, and we'll be back. All right, we're over here. We just coated that hood, and we got this sandblasted. We're gonna cut this out and make a new piece and weld it all in. Let this piece cool off, and let's get this grinded up and hope that we're good to go. Well, we got that piece done. Just gonna blow a little black on it and call it a night. As you can see, the fender is gone. I have it over into our little sandblast boot area, and we're gonna get that front corner where this piece goes sandblasted up. This piece came out nice. We got it all painted. I got it dirty already with my hands, but that piece came out nice. So we're gonna get that other inside of that sandblasted up, and then I'm gonna pull the other fender up. We're gonna get it set up here on the stand. I had put Gorilla Tape along the bottom edge so that when I was putting it on the truck by myself, we weren't scratching the frame. And when I pulled it off the fender that we've been working on, it made a huge mess. All the glue stayed behind. I sandblasted it, I wire wheeled it, I sanded it. Like, it was just a mess to get off. So once I get this fender sandblasted up, we're gonna pull that one over here. I'll turn the camera back on. I think we're gonna hit that tape with a glue gun or a heat gun, and try and hopefully warm up that tape, and maybe it'll help keep the glue on the tape instead of on the panel. And then we're gonna work on getting that, whatever does stick back, which is probably gonna be just as much as the other one I expect, but we're gonna try and clean all that tape off before I bring it in there to freshen up that fender. So we'll be back for that. I'm not gonna video sandblasting, so we'll be back. We left off with getting the inside of this fender sandblasted. Actually, we left off with sandblasting that guy. So we got him sandblasted and cleaned up and ready to start on. But if you remember, we pulled this piece out from in here, and we had to replace part of the metal in here. And then I sandblasted the inside, which is really, really pitted inside here. So I don't know if you guys can see how bad that is, but it's pretty bad. And when we were sandblasting it, it actually put a hole through. Which we were close. Like, I got it all sandblasted and there was no holes in it. But I went back and there was just a couple of specks that I seen that I wanted to hit again, and when I hit those specks, we broke through. Which I'm glad we broke through, because had I not, I might not have done anything with it, and if rust would have started in there again, it would have came right back. I think I explained that in the last video, so not meaning to repeat myself, but what I'm gonna do is we're gonna strip this body work back. I'm gonna go from the inside, and I'm just gonna make a small cut going through to the outside. To where I know where our rust pitting stops, and then we'll come back to the outside and we'll cut that section out. We'll make a new piece to go in there, and we'll get that piece welded in and ground down, and hopefully get some Marglass on it.
Perfect. Perfect.
But that's it. We got that patching, got everything welded up, got a coat on it. As you can see, Colleen was out here helping me. She helped hold it while I sanded down the sides of the hood here. We still got to put the sides of the hood in 220 or 180. I think I was using 180. We got to clean up the edges. We got to clean up the holes for like the hood mounts and the emblems. So we're gonna start on that, and then once we get that wrapped up, the outside will be ready for primer. Now, if you guys remember, I talked about the inside lip of the hood. I wasn't super happy with, so we gotta go back and rework that. So I may be flipping the hood over and working on that so that we can prime it all at the same time. And then we're going to jump back over on this fender. We left off, I don't know, a few days ago. We had patched up that rust that was down there and got it in Marglass. So we're going to continue on with that. Need to get that sanded down and get that body worked out. And then there's a couple other spots that I'm going to hit and take care of, some pinholes, some spots that just need another coat. And then I don't know if I mentioned it in the video or whatnot, but when I was sandblasting that front piece that we needed to cut out and replace, I dropped the fender. So we need to clean that up where I dropped it. I didn't dent it or anything like that. It just damaged the body work that we had put on. So but let's get to cleaning this up and getting this ready.
Perfect. Perfect.
All right, so we got that coated, and hopefully, you know, we'll be okay with that. I think it looks good. I'm happy that the rest of it looks okay. You know, I think we got that fender, you know, close enough. I think I'm gonna shut you guys down. I'm gonna jump over to the sandblast area. I'm gonna get that that vent thing cleaned up. Back out here on this Jeep hood, we left off last night with coating this lip right here on the hood. And I actually left off, said that I was going to do some sandblasting. So I did do some sandblasting. I got what hot spots were on that vent cleaned up. And I got a coat on that, and then I did a little bit of blasting on the trunk, pretty much just till I ran out of sand. Now I gotta go in there and clean up and sift everything out. But so we're gonna sand this and get this ready, and then we'll jump over to that vent. Okay, so we got, like I said, we got this vent kind of cleaned up, and I got a coat on it. There was a couple of dents up in the top, the whole reason that we body worked this out, so.
Perfect. Perfect.
Alright, I think we got this all ready. I laid some scratch going around. You know, it had been sandblasted and then I put that adhesion promoter on there, which, like I said last night, I think is a great idea. Scratch's Garage on YouTube, he's the one that suggested doing that. And this is the first part that I tried it on. And like I said, I still had some surface rust happen. You know, it could be that I just maybe didn't get enough of that adhesion promoter on there. I think I only blew like one coat on it. So, but it really helped keep that surface rust from coming back. So, we laid some scratch in it with some 80 grit to scratch up not only the adhesion promoter that was on there, but the sandblasting that was underneath it. I've said it in other videos, I'll say it again. Anytime I have ever sandblasted something and tried to prime and paint over that sandblasting, it has always failed. It needs that scratch in there in order to adhere to it. You know, in the past I thought, you know, the sandblasting, I mean, that really textures it up. It should have something good to bite to, but it doesn't. So, at least in my experience with doing that, you know, the primer ends up just chipping and flaking off of the part. So I always make sure that after it's sandblasted, I put some scratch in it and try and clean up that sandblasting a little bit. So we got all that wrapped up, and I think he is ready for primer. I'm gonna mix up a little bit of filler, and I'm gonna swipe that little spot on the edge of that hood that I'm unhappy with. And then I think I'm gonna bring that other fender over here, and we're gonna start cleaning that and getting that prepped out and ready for body work. Alright, we got this other fender up here. Like I said, I sandblasted it the other day, took care of some hot spots.
Perfect. Perfect.
Well, that's it. We got everything ready to go. I'm gonna clean out my gun. Nothing special about that. And we'll get this primed and I'll be back. So, see you guys in a bit. We're back out here after everything got primed and dried. It's the next day actually. I kept coming out here and just making sure that it was staying warm out here. Other than that, we pretty much called it a day after we got everything primed. So I think everything, looks pretty good. Now, remember, inside here is getting bed lined. So there's stuff that we didn't take care of, like, some of the rust pitting there. We didn't make that perfect in there. But once it gets a bed liner on there, you're never going to see any of that stuff. So it's getting the color matched bed liner in there. Hood came out awesome. It looks great. Nice and flat. So super happy with the way that this turned out. So this came out pretty good. There's a couple of spots right here that I'm unhappy with, but now that this is primed, we can block this out and I can just prime this top piece again when we're priming something else. So something happened right here. I don't know what happened right there. I don't know if it was a little bit of filler that lifted or what, but so I think we'll do a little bit more work to this guy, but it'll just be this top section. We won't have to worry about this inside part anymore. So that came out good. So I'm gonna untape this hood and we're gonna kind of scoot it over to the side, and then I think we're gonna pull this other fender over here and we're gonna start working. This underneath here came out good too.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Alright, are you guys still on? Hey, you are. So we get this all nice and cleaned up. Looks good and shiny. So I'm gonna mix up some Marglass, Duraglass, and yeah, guy.
Perfect. Perfect.
We're back out here the next morning. We're gonna start sanding down this Duraglass. So let's get it done. Here we go. Okay, just a quick check-in for you guys. I had sanded down all that lightweight filler that we had put on, and I came back, and as you can see, there's a lot more filler on it now. A couple of low spots in our filler work there. This wasn't quite straight. I actually had to do some hammering and dollying after we sanded that down. So I did that, recoated that. There was a couple of low spots or voids in here. But all the rest of this that you see that got spread on here was pinholes from the rust. Not pinholes, but you know, the rough rust pinhole type stuff. So, and then we did this corner down here. So a lot of it was just to fill the rust holes. You know, they got the rust pitting. That's the word I'm looking for. The rust pitting. So this fender had a lot of pitting on it. So we, you know, we coated that. Like, you know, I don't know if you guys, like, it's just, this one's rough. The other one was a little bit cleaner of a fender.
Perfect, perfect, perfect,
Alright, well, we actually got it all sanded tonight. That wasn't what I was expecting, but it went quicker than I thought. You know, I think everything, you know, minus the dirty marks from me flipping it over.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, you guys are still on. We got that all sanded down. Nothing needed to be done by hand. Well, I take it back. There is a little bit in the crease on the back side there that needs to be hit by hand. But I'm gonna go get some lightweight filler. It's in the house, staying warm. And we'll bring that out and get a coat on it.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
We left off last night with getting a coat of lightweight filler on here. So I tried to keep it above freezing out here so that, you know, the stuff that we put on last night never froze. When I went in last night, I had it up to a little over 50. When I came back out here early this morning, it was still like 33 degrees out here, so I kicked the heat right back on, and we got it back up to around 50 out here. And now we're out here now to work, and I got it around 50 again. So let's get to sanding. I switched back over to 80 grit. I don't think I mentioned it in last night's video. When I sanded down that Marglass, I had actually put some 36 grit on there just on my air file to sand down everything a little bit faster. So I switched back over to 80 grit, and we're gonna start sanding this and getting this cleaned up.
Perfect. Perfect.
Alright, well, I don't think we're going to get this front end assembled tonight. I would have liked to, but this area back here needs a lot more work. And this is what bolts up to the firewall. And once it's bolted up to the firewall, you know, it's going to make it a little harder to, you know, to work that edge right there where it bolts up to the firewall. Plus, the firewall is primed and ready to sand down and paint. So I don't want to be trying to work the edge of this panel and, you know, having to, you know, put multiple layers of tape down on the firewall and, you know, a chance of scratching or damaging that firewall that's ready for paint. So, what I'm going to do, so there's, you know, there's a little bit right here that just needs a little finger swipe. And then that definitely needs to be, have another coat put on it. So there's a small low spot right here, so I'm probably gonna hit this low spot. I'm gonna hit that. I'm gonna hit this little front corner. This fender I think came out way nicer than that one over there, because that one over there, when we sanded it down the first time, like there was like 6 or so low spots on that one that we had to coat. This one I got 2 and a little finger swipe right here on the edge. So you know, there might be a couple of little voids, little like air pockets that were in the filler that I may hit, but other than that, you know, I think this fender came out really nice. We definitely need to work this edge, along this edge more. Cause like, you know, right here there's filler, and then it's bare metal, and then it's filler, and then it's bare metal. So obviously this edge has some waviness to it. And you know, that's not from us, it's nothing we did. That is probably, this piece is spot welded all the way across the back to this piece. So what we're seeing is probably everywhere that there's a spot weld, you know, we're getting little wobbles in the metal there. But that'll be something that we take care of, like once it's on the truck and I re-swipe everything. Cause that's what we're gonna do once we get it on the truck. We're gonna recoat this whole outside, and get it finalized. So that'll be something that gets taken care of in that. Right now, what I'm just focused on is the major void areas, which is mainly that back piece. So, all I will. I think I'm gonna call this video here. I'm gonna flip this over. There's a couple of spots along this edge where it's sitting on this that need to be sanded. And then I'm gonna mix up a little bit, and we're gonna recoat that back area, and then I'm gonna call it a night. So, anyways, have a good night. Remember to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Oop.